Welcome to MY Consulting. My name is Max, and in this video we will take a close look at the heart of transactional analysis, the three ego states. Eric Berne stated that we humans can do three activities. We can either think, feel, or act. And we think, feel, or act in three different ego states. The first ego state is the parent. The parent basically includes all your beliefs and values. They are most likely received by your parents, but also by the culture you live in, so the country, or the religion you have been raised with. You think, feel, or act in the parent ego state if you are, for instance, having prejudices against someone, or if someone else says, hey, you're speaking like your father or your mother right now. The second ego state is the adult I. So when you are in the adult I, you are most likely very rational and you talk with others directly in a straightforward manner, and you're focused on the here and now. This behavior is most appropriate, of course, when you're at work or when you have a serious discussion with someone. The third one is the child ego state. When you're in your child ego state, you usually think, feel, and act like you did when you were very small. So between 0 and 7 years old. It gets now very interesting when we interact with others. So others are in their ego states, you are in your ego states, and it helps you a lot if you can determine, first of all, which ego state are the other ones. And then you can reflect which one am I right now. It often happens that others push ego states on you. So for instance, your teacher or your colleague come and they're in their critical parent eye. Oh, you should have done this like that, and we always did it like that. And if you respond in a rational answer and say, hey, I did this because of the following reasons, that's your adult I. But if you say, oh, I'm sorry that I did this, then you're more in your adopted child I. Usually, we prefer parallel transactions. So from the parent to the child ego state, or from the adult to the adult ego state, those transactions can continue forever. It just gets problematic if you personally maybe are not able to find the right ego states for the right situations. And this is where it helps now, transactional analysis, that you can reflect on yourself in which ego state am I in right now, which would be the most effective one right now, and in which one is the other one. I prepared now a small role play in which I show you the 6 different ego states, because basically what we have is we have the 3 main types, so the parent, adult, and the child, but they can also be subcategorized into the critical parent I, the nurturing parent I, and if you look at the child ego state, you can split it into 3, into the free child, the adopted child, but also the rebellious child. The situation in which the role play happens is just you are going to your office and you run 30 minutes late. So how could you possibly react to someone else confronting you that you're being late? You are 30 minutes late. It is not my fault if the train always runs late. Anyways, there are much more in the other department that run late always. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I help you somehow? I ran late because I bought some candy for the office. I'm sorry for the delay. I will shorten my break and work a bit longer today to compensate. I noticed myself. I don't need your comment. Oops, I didn't even notice. Hey, this amazing story happened to me. I'm sorry, I hope you are not mad at me. I hope you liked the little roleplay, and I think it shows that there are so many different ways how humans respond to certain transactions or interactions with others. And it is very interesting, right, to see what would be maybe right now the best and possible ego state in which you should answer. I have now one exercise for you. So you write down those 3 ego states, those 3 circles, and you think in the last 24 hours, when could I have been in one of the 3 states? So for instance, you were in the critical parent I when you were talking with others about the government or about society. Maybe you were in your nurturing parent when someone else was sick and you try to help him, or in general try to help the other person. Maybe you are in your adult I when you rationally talked about a certain topic with someone else. Maybe you were in your free child I when you were with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or just doing a hobby that you really enjoy. You could have been in your rebellious child I if someone turned down the computer and wanted something from you and you just got completely angry about the other person. You could also be in the adopted child. This means that someone else maybe wanted something from you and you just completely followed along, even though maybe you had other plans, but you were afraid to say it out loud. In general, you need all of those 6, but it is the best if you stay mostly in either your adult I or in your child I, and try to not be pushed into any of those other modes if it's not necessary. If you like this video, leave me a thumbs up and we will continue in the next video about the Transactional Analysis Basics.